Hi, I'm Mike Warner, and this is my quick guide to music streaming platforms for composers, specifically for the American Composers Forum. I've put together this very quick video, 15 minutes maximum. We're going to try to keep this as short as possible because your time is incredibly important. And I know that you would rather be creating than learning more about music streaming platforms. And I also want to be clear that I'm going to show you a few quick wins. These are things that you can do that don't take too much time, that will create a better opportunity for you to get heard and for fans to discover you and connect with you as well. Now, I know that royalties are a hot topic at the moment, let's say. Just one thing I would say with all of this is look at streaming as another way to reach your audience. Treat it like a social platform as opposed to looking at the revenue side. Let's dive straight in, and I hope that you find a lot of value out of this. And lastly, I'm going to mention playlists a few times in this. A playlist is not an entire marketing plan. Getting on a playlist is great, but it doesn't make or break an artist. I just wanted to be clear. I could talk about a lot of other things, but today we're just focusing on music streaming apps. So let's get into it. Amazon Music, first and foremost. Amazon Music have a number of different features available. You can sign up at artists.amazon.com, and I've included all links mentioned in the notes for this as well. One of the features with Amazon Music is if you get people to follow you on Amazon Music, they will get a notification from the Amazon Music app or from an Alexa-enabled device in their house, in their car, in their phone, tablet, TV, etc. when you release new music. Now, the way to make sure this happens is that this happens for those fans. First and foremost, get them to follow you. It can be as simple as getting them to open the app, tap the follow button, or if they have an Alexa device, they can simply say the phrase, Alexa, follow artist name on Amazon Music. And then they're now following you. Now, what happens from here is whenever you have an upcoming release, you would log into Amazon Music for artists and you would submit that upcoming release as well. By jumping into Amazon Music for artists and submitting that upcoming release, a notification will then be sent to all of your followers the day that release comes out. So that way you don't have to depend on other methods for them to discover your music. You have confidence that a notification is going directly to their device, to their phone, to their speaker, etc. And this is just where you click to get started to find that pitch form. I do have a full video walking through step by step how to submit your music in Amazon Music for artists. And one other feature that I would like to highlight is spotlights. So these are an audio message that will attach to your profile in Amazon Music and will attach to your music. To show you what it looks like, you can highlight an album, a song, or a playlist from Amazon Music. You can add some text, and you of course need to include a voice message. So this could be behind the scenes, how you put this together, perhaps the piano that it was recorded on, the studio it was recorded in. You can include additional information for your fans, and fans can also request to hear this by saying, Alexa, play the artist name Spotlight, or simply going to your Amazon Music profile. Jumping across to Apple Music opportunities. So signing up at artists.apple.com is where you'll get access to Apple Music for artists. One opportunity that I wanted to highlight is that you can have a much more enhanced profile on Apple Music now. What I mean by that is that you can add things such as hometown, date of birth, biography. There's even a Q&A section where there'll be a number of different questions that you can answer. You can choose which questions you would like to answer, and you can update your biography. Why this is important is that when fans find you on Apple Music, it's going to be much more obvious that you are active on there as well. It's another place that they can find your music and they can find out more about you. These are Apple Music milestones. So if you're not really interested in spending time creating artwork to share different things that have happened with your music on Apple Music, as far as charts or new playlist ads or how many people are Shazamming your music or how many streams you've had, these milestone cards are automatically created for you. And we'll get into how to add these in a second. So as you can see on this screen, they can be customized if you do this on your internet browser at artists.apple.com. But let's say you wanted to do this from your phone while you're traveling. In this example here on this side, we can see here that it starts in the Apple Music for Artists app. And as we scroll down to milestones, we can tap on one of those and choose which social media app we would like to share it to. It automatically generates the text, the image, and a link. So all you need to do is tap and then tap 2 more times and it's posted for you. So this is a great way to share those milestones, those highlights from Apple Music with very minimal clicks. Another thing that is really important to know is when people favorite you. Now, favorite and follow mean the same thing, but with Apple Music, they refer to it as a favorite. So anytime somebody clicks that little star and favorites you, when they next log into the Apple Music app, you will be on their homepage. So this is an example looking at the homepage where if someone scrolls down while they're looking for something to listen to, their favorite artists are right there. And there's also assets that Apple have available where you can share these directly to social media. People can tap the link and it will take them directly to your profile so they can favorite you in Apple Music as well. But this is a great way to reach more fans. Once again, if people favorite you, you are now on the homepage in the Apple Music app for them. Additionally, they will get a notification similar to what we saw in the Amazon Music app as well. And this is an example using my group Dates Night. Just to show you, become a fan favorite, we tap share. Very quickly, we can choose from one of the templates they've already created for us. And from there, we can simply post that if we're happy with it, share that to social media, such as an Instagram story, for example, and we are all set. Fans can then tap directly through to Apple Music and favorite you, the artist, as well. Moving on to Bandcamp. So Bandcamp, there's been some changes recently, absolutely, but one thing that is still very valuable right now with Bandcamp is Bandcamp Daily. This is more like an editorial. Some people would refer to this as a blog, of course, but essentially if you have an upcoming album, at least 8 weeks in the future, they ask for a lot of lead time. You can submit your music for consideration for Bandcamp Daily. The great thing about this is that it means that a team of humans will potentially listen to your music, write reviews about it, highlight it prior to it coming out, and encourage people to purchase that music on Bandcamp. Just to give an example of what the submission form looks like, and I should mention just one more time, all the links in this, all the things that I'm mentioning are available in the PDF that I'll make sure ACF gets to you as well, so that you can quickly click through and follow along. Next up, we're going to jump to Deezer. And so Deezer, you can sign up at creators.deezer.com. And one of the tools that I'm going to highlight is simply posting a status update similar to what you would do on other social media platforms. Very short and sweet, 64 characters at most. Now, this could be something as simple as the example we can see on the screen, checking out my new album, but it could also be a pre-sale code for a concert performance. It could be details about an upcoming release that you have. Whatever it is, you can use this to post a direct message highlighted at the top of your artist profile in Deezer. Next up, we're going to jump into Pandora. So I hope that you are familiar with Pandora. Pandora is only available in the United States at this time, but still has a significant amount of listeners, nearly 60 million monthly listeners at time of recording. And so I'm going to jump to Pandora's artist marketing platform. You can sign up at amp.pandora.com. Now, one feature that I feel is overlooked and is, once again, a quick win, very, very easy to set up, is what's called a featured track. Now, this is an example that an artist has done a featured track. This artist is Passaportu. Now, this track was featured, and what that means is that when you feature a track on Pandora, they allow you to feature up to 6 tracks per year. They refer to them as tracks. 6 tracks per year and 8 weeks per track. So 48 weeks out of the year, you can have music being featured on Pandora. When a track is featured, Pandora will take that and they will put it in front of a larger audience on their endless listening or radio programming. For example, someone is listening to a similar artist and then your song starts playing after. That could be a featured track. Now, the best part about this is that you are going to get some spins or streams. Pandora refer to these as spins because it's attached to radio programming. So setting these up is really simple. They have a campaigns tab in the Pandora artist marketing platform, AMP, and you can simply go new, choose the track you would like to feature, choose the date range, and submit. It's very easy to work through, and as you can see on this example, in the bottom right corner, Pandora also have a chat button in their artist marketing platform. And they also host webinars twice per month where you can ask any questions you need. I've even seen people come in and share their music in the chat. They're very open, they're very available, they're extremely helpful. Onto Spotify. So with Spotify, I'm going to assume that you're already familiar with Spotify for Artists. If you're not, artists.spotify.com. There's a number of different features available on there, but let's look at some fun little quick ideas to help you with sharing your music. This first one, you can find this at spotifycodes.com. It has been created by Spotify, but while they're rolling this out, they're running it from a separate website. If you go to spotifycodes.com, you can create these scannable codes that people can simply pick up their phone, open the Spotify app, point it at the code, and it will launch immediately into a song, album, artist, playlist, podcast episode, audiobook. You get the idea. Almost anything within Spotify. And as you can see from this example on the right-hand side, this was Eddie showcasing the Spotify code on a hat there as well. And if you have your phone handy and you have the Spotify app and you want to test this, I'm going to put a Spotify code up on the next screen in a second. So what you would do is in the Spotify app on your phone, you would tap next to the search button. You would tap what looks like a little magnifying glass at this time, and then you would point your phone at a Spotify code like this. Now, if you were to point it at this, you will find that it will take you to my audiobook in Spotify. And once again, these can be created for almost anything in Spotify, not just a song or an album, anything that exists within Spotify, playlists, etc. Another handy tool is Spotify promo cards. This website is promocards.byspotify.com. These are custom graphics that you can share to highlight a milestone number of followers, a playlist placement, or just simply the fact that you've released music on Spotify and you want people to know that they can find it there as well. Here's some examples of the different types of cards that you can create. Now onto the last platform that I'm going to share, Tidal. So one feature with Tidal that I feel is extremely valuable is you can go live in the app yourself. As a user, as a customer, you can open up the app, start a live session, as you can see here. You can name that session and you can copy the link and then you can go live. The best part about this is that when you go live in Tidal, in real time, you will see how many people are listening to that live session, listening to the exact same song at the exact same time as you. And every single person listening counts as a stream. So if you have 100 people listening at the same time, that's 100 streams of that song that is playing. I've seen artists do this for listening parties, for a new album, or just simply a fun way to connect with fans and let them know that they can all listen to the same music at the same time. Now, there's no microphone connected, there's no chat, there's no distractions. It's just simply you're all enjoying music at the same time. As you can see in the example, one listener just tuned in now as well. And the best part is that link that we copied earlier never changes. So every time you go live, people can click the same link and they can listen to your live session in Tidal. And just wanted to mention that Tidal have their own artist-facing website with their own suite of tools that they're rolling out. You can sign up at artists.tidal.com. Some of the things you can do currently, and keep in mind this is still early stages, is update your profile, add a biography, add social media links. You can also report inaccurate content, which means if someone else's music is on your profile or vice versa, you can update those. Tidal are also getting really good with creating a home, creating a profile for everyone that works in music. Not just the artist, but also the singers, songwriters, engineers, composers. Almost anyone that works in music eventually will be able to have their own profile to highlight everything that they've worked on within Tidal, which I think is really cool. And just an example of what an artist profile looks like when the biography has been updated and the photo has been added there as well. And we did it. I promise I wasn't going to keep you too long. I wanted to keep this short and sweet. There's a lot more things that we could have covered, but I just wanted to give you some ideas on quick ways that you can share your music, connect with more fans, reach those fans from various platforms. If you'd like to find out more, I have a lot of blog posts, I have a lot of video walkthroughs, a lot of material available you can find at my website, askmikewarner.com, or you can also message me on social media. And there's a QR code that will take you straight to that same website as well. I hope you've enjoyed this short video created exclusively for the American Composers Forum. And thanks so much for joining me today. I wish you the best of luck with your music. Have a great day.